Okay.
Evening, everybody. It is the 5th of October, our first call of the month, and I am so stoked to have Rachel on the call. So what's funny is I added Rachel as a friend on Facebook. She's part of the Bombshell Dynasty. She was one of Lindsay Matway's coaches, and she posted saying, does anybody do weekly team calls? I would love to, jump in. And so I added her as a friend, and I added her into our team page. And so I started following her, and she has been a coach for 2.5 years. She's a diamond, currently a Success Club All-Star, 14 months straight in Success Club. And she is a fellow nurse. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Rachel, you work night shift, 12-hour night shifts.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a cardiovascular ICU. Yeah.
I thought you were an ICU nurse too. Exactly. She is absolutely amazing. She's a success starter. So she, for those that don't know, a success starter, she won her ticket to her first year at Summit when she first signed up as a coach. So I am really excited to hear her talk tonight about how she balances all of that.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So Rachel, you take it away. I'm going to stop talking and listening and get my pen and paper ready. And if you do end up wanting to screen share, let me know. I think I can pass the call over to you to share the screen, or I could pull them up on my computer.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I actually hate it when we have our big calls and it's nothing but slides. So I made just 2 slides, an introduction, my name, and then one bit. We can put it in the comments below.
I think I put it in the comments on the page. I put the link, you guys. So let me, after the call, I'll make sure that they're on there and able for everyone to view in the PDF file. I was able to open them and view them fine, Rachel. So I'll double check that after the call if anybody wants to. So go ahead.
So basically it's like she said, I work full-time nights in a very busy cardiovascular ICU. So if you don't know what that is, we just do hearts in that ICU. So I started this journey because I don't know about you guys, but I was one of those yo-yo my whole life. Try everything, gain it back, try, gain it back. And so I was at my heaviest point. My thyroid, for you that aren't medical, I worked in the cath lab for 7 years. And so we get more radiation than anybody in the hospital. My last 2 years, my badge was at complete warning not to be in the room, but it was my job. So I had to be in the room. So it totally destroyed my thyroid. It was non-functional. And so they had me maxed on medicine for 8 years. And they said, we're sorry. I gained 60 pounds in a year. They're like, sorry, you're obese, labeled me obese, and said, nothing else we can do. So that's when I started researching and finding, okay, I'm going to find a healthy way this time, not some diet pill, not some yo-yo quick wrap thing, and found Beachbody. So needless to say, within 6 months, I pulled myself off all my meds. My numbers have been beautiful ever since, and they had never been beautiful. I don't take any thyroid meds. I don't take any cholesterol meds anymore. Nothing. I drink my shake daily. So that is why I am passionate about it. And as a nurse, especially as a cardiac nurse, we're doing open heart on 30-year-olds. And that breaks my heart because it's obesity and smoking and eating whatever the crap they want, high blood pressure, give me a pill. They don't want to make these lifestyle changes. So that's just kind of my background. When I did get started, and I was in a group, and then I decided to do the discount thing. Don't ever count out your people. I was one that refused Shakeology the first month. I said, no, I just need your workout. I'm going to do this on my own. Well, when I saw everybody else losing and I wasn't losing, I was like, okay, I don't want that HD. I want 1 month. So I did everything the hard way, everything the expensive way. So don't count those people out. Just bear with them, stay with them, because eventually you never know. So, but I did that. And the first month I lost like, I can't remember, 12, 14 pounds, like incredible. It just came off. I was like, what the heck? So addicted forever. And I felt great because if you guys don't know, working nights is very hard. I lived off of Starbucks. I'd get a venti on my way and a venti to take in. And you just drank coffee and you hoped when you were charting, your head didn't bob and you look around to make sure nobody's watching you. So I drink coffee for leisure now. Like, I don't drink it. I don't get a coffee on the way to work. I take my shake on the way to work. And lately I've even been putting it in a fake Yeti and then having it like 2 or 3 hours after I get to work. So that's kind of my background. When I started, I literally got my packet when my mom was having surgery. No big deal. Just thought we'd have the surgery and be done. She unexpectedly died 4 days later. And so here I just started this journey of, I was going to do the discount thing. My mom died. I could have stopped there. But let me tell you, the people that I had been in that group with for 3 months before I decided to be a discount coach were more supportive than the people locally around me. They were texting me every day, praying for me every day. Like, don't forget the community of this, you guys. Like, that is the key. Anybody can buy a workout off of Amazon. Anybody can buy a bag of Shakeology off of eBay. They're on there every day for 60, 70 bucks. But it's the key of you and it's the key of the group that is going to keep people together. And I was blown away that people in other states that I had never met were, girl, it's okay, and I took about 2 weeks off because I just was in complete denial, shock. This did not just happen, on top of it, she was in a bad situation living with my sister. So she had no life insurance. Well, she had life insurance, but she needed to be alive 6 more months. Who would have ever thought she was going to die? So no life insurance. So guess who got the funeral bill? So another reason I continued to work the business. But so it's just the power of everything. And those people got me through when I could have just said, screw it, excuses. I have the perfect excuse. My mom died, So again, stick with your people, love them. That is the key to everything. And it is the first point on my slide. You will see kindness. Kindness is the key. Spending the time on your people is the key. That's what's going to make you have lifers on Shakeology. That is what's going to make people want to be in your group. And you're not there to be a drill sergeant. And, I have people put their Shakeology on hold all the time. I have people cancel. That's okay. Love them anyway. If they're in the group, I leave them in the group. If they cancel their Shakeology on me, I'm not going to kick them out of the group, you guys, because you never know when they're going to come back around. And I've had some quit. And then just like last month, I had a discount coach that quit, a former nurse I work with. I kept her in the groups, would send her messages. She didn't actively participate. And out of the blue last month, she sent me a message and said, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to sign back up. So you never know. Kindness is the key. Just pour into your people because that's what this is about. It's not about the powder. It's not about the workouts. You're not the trainer. You're not the nutritionist. You are there to support and love on the people. So that is my biggest pet peeve. I've ran groups with other coaches and it's just this drill sergeant. Well, you didn't order, so I'm kicking you out of my group. Don't be like that. Love on people. People, you yourself have probably been through a hard time. I mean, think if my coach wouldn't have put me in because I wouldn't buy Shakeology, I would have never met those people. I would have never got that community. So again, kindness is my number one key, if you don't take anything else away, be kind, love on people. I'm not saying fall into their pity stories. Sometimes you have to pull back and say, I hear what you're saying, but, kind of that mom voice if you're a mom, or, just you have to draw the line sometimes. You can't let them bring you emotionally down, but you can be there for them. And then my second key is create your own vision. So if you're doing personal development, you have obviously heard that you need a vision. You need a why. I did this for the longest time. I thought, I don't need a vision board. That's silly. I don't need to write down my vision. I know what it is in my head. No, there is power in that. There is power when I'm in my office, I can see my vision board in this corner over here. So I'm looking at that all the time. And I know on my phone, I can show you. Well, I'll have to let it go off again. But my screensaver is my goals, my vision. So when I go to click on my phone, that's the first thing I see. What are my goals? What are my vision? Because if you don't have that clarity, you're not going to get there. It's just going to be murky water. You're just spinning your wheels, doing nothing. So my third key, allergic to excuses. And you can tell I'm a nurse. But you have to get out of that. Like I co-run groups with another coach that we've been doing this for a long time. And so it's really hard on me because she's not allergic to excuses, and she's the biggest one to post in the group, unplanned rest day, watching TV with hubby or something. And I'm like, no. So you love on them, but if you say it's okay to only work out 1 day a week or 2 days a week, you're not doing them justice. You're not setting an example for them, and you're not going to get them progress. So therefore the product isn't going to work. Your group didn't work, so on. So you have to lead by example, but you also have to say that you're allergic to the excuses, because people will have excuses for everything and anything. And I've even been taking this my own self to another step of, so when I used to get the price objection, I would be like doing the whole feel, felt, found. If you've done any training, you know the feel, felt, found. I do that once. And then I used to I have a rule now. I'll send like 2 or 3 messages. If no response or still getting, I can't afford this right now, done. Okay. I will follow back up with you in 3 to 6 months. And I really learned that from Lindsay, especially over the retreat. I was talking to her because one of my coaches 2 months ago, I have been actively pursuing her for 2 years. And she was like, girl, I would have gave up long before 2 years. But I would like let it go for 3 or 4 months. And she was an Herbalife girl, and let it go. Then, message her back. And so be allergic to their excuses though, as far as that too. Like they give you that price objection. It's not no forever. It's no right now. And I know you guys hear that over and over and over from top coaches. No doesn't mean no. It means not right now, not this season of their life. And that is so, so true, because I've had many, like I say, like the one that out of the blue sent me the message, I'm ready to do this, So, but don't give into it. Don't spend your time on their excuses, and show them, give them options, but you can't feed into that. It's okay. Now I will say, I tell them, yeah, a cheat meal, that's fine. You have a cheat meal? You have a family outing plan? Perfect. But don't make that a cheat weekend, a cheat week, a cheat month. Like, you cannot let those excuses go. You are there to guide the group. So you need to make sure that you're guiding them to be successful, because that's what they're trusting you for. They're in this group for you. They're not in it for the products. They're in it for you, for your guidance and for your help. And when you enable and you're an enabler to their excuses, you're not doing them any good. Another tip I have is, don't doubt, don't pout, just figure it out. So this came from, originally Lindsay was not my coach. I've had 2 coaches I had before Lindsay. My first coach quit, sent me a message probably about 2 weeks before my first summit, and was like, hey girl, just letting you know, I quit Beachbody. So you're being moved up under Brandy. It's like, okay. So then Brandy came on live probably a week before my first summit in the team, on her page and in the team page, and said, I'm quitting Beachbody. I'm going with product XYZ, which, let me tell you, I know all that's going on right now, but I can tell you my original coach has came back and is my customer and said, because you trusted me, I'm coming back to you. It's only fair that I buy from you because you were under me. And so these quick fixes that they're going for, they don't work. Brandy hasn't came back to Beachbody, but I guarantee you she's like 60 to 80 pounds heavier than when she left. And she's tried screen printing. She's tried all these other, and you lose credibility too when you hop from one thing to another. Wine, Beachbody, ketos, whatever. You lose your credibility. So I never had this say, Google it. That was her response to me. Google it, YouTube it. That's how I learned. That's how you'll have to learn. I didn't have any training besides the big bombshell calls, which are all your people able to see the big bombshell calls. So
yeah, I think so. Everyone's part of the Bombshell Dynasty team page, right? At least all my people. Some people in here aren't on my downline, but I'm pretty sure all of us are.
Okay, yeah. So if you guys aren't taking advantage of national wake up calls and the bombshell call, you don't realize what you have with those bombshell calls. I still have notebooks full. I can pull out papers after papers of notes that I took from all those calls before Lindsay stopped them and then restarted them. And it's such a blessing that she's restarted them. Did you guys listen to Chelsea this week? Anybody? If you're an Instagram person, you definitely, I'm not on Instagram, but I've started my Instagram back the last 2 weeks. So take advantage of that, because I didn't have that. I literally figured everything out on my own, which as a nurse, we're resourceful. I'm okay with that. Those make your best people sometimes, because when you coddle them and hand feed them every answer that they need, they don't learn. And Lindsay's that way. If you go to Lindsay with a question, you better have searched every FAQ, anything that you could do before you send her a message, because she's going to refer you back to, did you look through the FAQs? So, and that's a good way for your people to say, have you looked on the site? What did you find? And then help them. But they have to meet you halfway. And it's like anything in life. If you have a kid, you can't just do everything for them. They need to meet you halfway. And your time is valuable too. So you need to remember that. I had a coach last year that was one of my emeralds that we got to summit and she didn't even know her own ID number. I had to tell her ID number. I had to send her links every time she sold something. she would send me a message really quick. Hey, I've got a person. I need you to send me my link of this. So that was my mistake because I coddled from the beginning with her, and I have not done it since. Those people will emotionally wear you out, and you don't need that. You need to guide them, but help them. The other thing is, be the game changer for them. You know, so many people need that positive influence in their life. And I really think about anything that I put on my social media. You won't ever see me complaining. I can be having the crappiest day. I had a very crappy night last night. I lost my patient. I cried my eyes out today at home, but you won't see me post that. You'll see me post a positive post today. So be that game changer. It's okay to have bad days, have struggles in your life, but social media is not the place to post it. And I'm not saying don't be real with them. Let them know your struggles. But when you're in the heat of the moment, you're going to post something that's not going to be probably what you should post. If you're fighting with your husband, don't post that. Don't post that they made you mad or your kids are driving you insane. Like, those posts drive me crazy when somebody complains about their kids. I'm like, there are millions of people that would love to have a kid. Don't complain on social media about your kid. So you then, after you've gone through your struggle, and not to say sometimes you don't need to seek outside counseling, whatever the struggle may be, but then you post it. This is what I've been through. This is how I got over it. Now, if you're struggling with a workout or something, that's okay, but don't let that be your consistent post every week. Struggling to do my workout again. I missed 3 workouts. I ate out 4 nights this week. Like, who's on the bus to get back on track with me? Do you want to get on their bus? Is that the bus you want to take? It's not the bus I want to take. I want to take that leader that's going to get me successful, that's not going to be complaining again, cheat meals are fine. You can even make a post about a cheat meal, anniversary night, whatever, with hubby. Then the next day, kicking it back in gear, staying on track, something like that. Hustle, hustle, hustle was my other one. I know you guys want this secret sauce to how you're getting success cup points. Raise your hand if you're hitting SC5 in here consistently. Okay. We don't want to hear it, but invite. And the coach that I told you I run the groups with, we were both the only 2 left from our team that originally moved up under Lindsay. We both started under 2 separate coaches, and then Brandy and then Vanda Lindsay. She absolutely refuses to invite. She can't get over the fear of inviting. When she does invite, she gets very anxious, and then she had been inviting 3 days ago or 3 weeks ago, and then she went on a binge of eating out for 4 nights, and she was grumpy, and I called her and I was like, whoa, what the heck is going on with you? And she was like, I just can't do this invite thing. So mind you, she's hit Success Club 3 times in 3 years. She can make amazing posts. Trust me, she makes a beautiful post. Creative, she can do all kinds of creative things in our group, but that's not going to get you anybody. They're not magically going to come to you because you had an amazing post. They're going to come to you because you reached out and said, hey, how are you doing? And you started a true conversation. This is not a quick fix. Some people I get 6, 9, a year. Monica, 2 years. It's being a genuine person and being there for them. It's not about the sale. It's not. This is a community. It's about loving on them. Be their friend. Send those private messages. Hey, I saw your kid had a birthday. That is amazing. How did it go? Whatever. Just be genuine. And that should be part of your power hour, that if you're not doing power hours, and I understand, trust me, I usually get home about 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 to 9. I go to bed about 9:30 or 10. I get up at no later than 1:30 because I leave at 2:15 to go get my daughter. So I average about 3 to 4 hours sleep a day. But I still do everything in pockets of time. If I have 30 minutes, that's 3 or 4 messages I can send in that 30 minutes, and that's 3 or 4 people that I have on my list that I can go to their page, look and see what I can comment on. Mindlessly scrolling on Facebook and you think that you're commenting and you're not tracking anything, that was me the first year. Got me nowhere. You can't remember who you commented on. You can't remember to follow up with them. You have to have some type of tracking system. And I am very much a pen and paper girl. I have a million notebooks all over my office, but I know what's in each of them. So, but the biggest thing is you have to invite. You have to have that instant messenger going for them to see your feed and you liking and commenting. How many of you guys are adding new people each month? Okay, because I've already added 50 people and this is the 5th of the month. So you have to proactively be adding. Do I immediately send them a message about Beachbody? No. Sometimes it's 6 months before I even send them, or 3 months. I do immediately send them a message that says, hey, thank you for the ad. I hope you have a blessed week. And you know what? About 90% of them send me a message back saying, thank you. You have a blessed week too. What's scary about that? Nothing. You started a relationship. They see your post, my last girl that I just got, I added her 3 months ago. She was a realtor that we had a bunch of mutual friends in town. I didn't know her. I have a rule that if we have 25 mutual friends, then I send them a friend request and just, be like, hey, if, see, we have lots of mutual friends, have our past connected somehow. Were you in nursing? I have my master's, so I taught at a private university for 4 years. Sometimes I'll be like, did I come across path with you at the university? But anytime I have 25 mutual friends, because then it's not like I'm stalking somebody that I don't even know. Now, do you have like pages? Any of you guys running like pages? No? Like pages are a great way to get your cold market. You're going to run out of your warm market. Like pages, those are totally random people, and then I will send them a message. Thank you for liking my like page. And usually it says something like, hey, how are you? I saw your beautiful face. And liking one of my posts. Thank you so much for loving on my site. If there's anything I can help you with, we run groups every month. No need to be a rock star. Just a bunch of women trying to get healthy and fit together. If you have any fit, and in fact, and usually like the conversation I was having before this was one that had responded back, yes, I want to lose 30 more pounds before a wedding. Great. But if you don't end those conversations in questions and you just say, thank you for liking my page. Okay. But if you say, thank you for liking my page, love on them for a second, compliment them. And then, do you have any health and fitness goals? And sometimes they say, I'm good. I have a trainer, whatever. Great. And sometimes I'll just, message back, great. What is your exercise regimen? What is your nutrition? Tell me about your nutrition, and get the conversation going. Always ask questions. What do
Notice
I have
how
next
like
one?
notice how
Leadership.
Rachel is being like as creative as possible with how to add the best value. Like that's what I'm hearing from her. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
she's just constantly wondering how can I add that value to not only my coaches but my customers and just people. Just people. You know,
Just
that's
people.
it.
Love them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
It's not good. This is not a quick business. Like you're not going to come out of the gate getting people from post. It is literally messaging, being their friend, liking their post about their grandbabies, liking their post about their kids. What a cute party. Just be a genuine person. And what I tell my coaches, like, if you got nothing else out of this, you made a friend, you were positive, you gave a positive environment. Like, if you got nothing else out of it, did you become a better person? Because that's my goal, to be the best of me. So I don't, when you're going for points per se, or you're trying to just send a message for a sell, they're going to feel that. Have you ever got a, hey girl, don't do hey girls. Hey, Catherine, how are you? Insert that name. Take out the hey girl, because that's so impersonal. But I didn't know that in the beginning. Oh my God, my posts were horrible. My messages were horrible. If somebody would have sent me a message like that, I would have ran. But I didn't know. I was copy pasting what I thought. And it's true. You can't copy paste what somebody else does. It's not you. They're going to feel it. It's not genuine. The people that do know you are like, you don't talk like that. I say the word sister a lot. I don't say girl. I say, hey, sister. Even at work, I'll be like, hey, I'm talking to another nurse. Hey, sister. So people know I use the word, people who know me know I use the word sister a lot. So they can feel that vibe. They can feel if it's very, oh, this looks like it's a script that they've inserted a name. Don't do that. Leadership, just you walk the walk for your group. If the saying is that you'll never have a coach better than you. So when I heard that, I was like, wow, that's true. I've never had a coach that could outwork me. I've never had a coach that could, at this point, do better than me. So if you want them to do good, you have to ask yourself, if my coach was doing what I was doing right now, would they be successful? Because if you're not showing up, you're not loving on people, you're not inviting people, they're not going to be successful. And that's the one thing I keep working with the other coach that we're friends and we've been together for 3 years, and it kills me. But I'm like, she complains all the time. I pray to God to bring me the right people. And you can pray to God, and I'm a very spiritual person, to bring you in the right people. But if you're not being a leader and showing them and helping them, then they're not, what example do they have? They don't have an example. I always found an example. Like, I always picked out big people to follow. With that, be careful. I change my priority list every month. I don't see Bonnie every single month. I may see Bonnie's post, Bonnie Engel, if you don't know who that is. I may see her post 1 month out of the year, because a few things happen with that. You can get discouraged. You start forming your things like them, and that is not you. And you need that variety. That's where the part about being creative, like, you can use that for an example, but don't copy, because it will not work. So just be the leader that you want your coaches to be. Because people say all the time, I can't find business builders. Well, are you building the business? Do they feel like they can jump on the train and go with you? Do they know where you're headed? Do they know what your goals are? Because if you think about it, you've heard the big people say, people chose to go with them over people that they knew because they knew where they were going. They didn't have time to waste in life. Nobody has time. I have a goal to get myself out of the hospital. Out of 18 years, I've had 5 Christmases off. That's it. So, yeah. And I work Christmas again this year. So I have a different why. I want the holidays home. My girls are 27 and 15 now. I've missed out on everything over the last 18 years. And I want to be home. My mom is already gone. My dad has heart issues. My husband's parents have issues. They're elderly. So I have that goal to be there, to be able to be that caregiver and taker and have that life of freedom and hopefully not miss all of my youngest high school, college. So that's another thing. If you don't know your why, you're not going to have a passion to go. And I will try to hurry. I know we're getting behind on some of these. Find the mentor is basically what I was saying. Pick 3 or 4 people, change your priority list every month. Another thing my coaches say to me is, I don't know where to find people. All I see is Beachbody coaches in my group. Do you feel like in your news feed, all you see is Beachbody coaches? Well, that's because that's who you're friends with and that's who's commenting on your stuff. So that's who you're going to see. I have everybody turned off. I personally choose each month who I'm going to follow for that month. And I unfollow everybody. I don't unfriend them. I just unfollow them so that the people that I'm working with on my list are the people's posts that I'm seeing. Not that I don't love my family. I have a specific list that says family. So every day or 2, I'll go into the family list and make sure that I've gone through my sister's post, my nephew's post, my niece's post. But that way I'm not being flooded with that, and I can concentrate on the people that I'm trying to help, if that makes sense. And have you guys heard of the funnel system? 7-step funnel? Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a call on that too.
Okay. So yeah, that's perfect. Like those are the people that you want to see in your feed. And those are the people you should be commenting on, messaging. So that's that. Add to your confidence count. If you are not confident and it's like, well, we have this product and it can help you lose weight and it can make you healthy. No, we have these amazing superfoods. They are full of pre and probiotics. I can't even tell you all the benefits of them, but it's freaking amazing. Like, you have to get over that. You have to be confident when you speak to them, because why would they want to trust you if you can't even, if they don't feel that confidence in you, confident that you're going to help them get through this. So they're signing on for you. They're not signing on for, but they need to feel confident that you're going to be there for them. Something that I'm doing for the first time that I just, I'm always looking and training and looking for different ways to better. But I decided to, instead of just putting them in the monthly challenge group, whoever I get this month, they're going in, I will still probably put them in the big group just so they have that community, but I will have a separate group for them, like Lindsay does for her brand new coaches for that first month, so that they have that one-on-one. You can help explain opening their containers, how to make a shake right, stuff that the people in the group have heard 100 times. And that's where you lose people in your group, because you're constantly, repetitively talking about the same thing every month. So I'm going to try to put all the new people in a group, pour on them, love on them. The fact that they think they're getting one-on-one coaching, like the girl that, one of the girls messaged me, she signed up. She was like, was like one of my last sales on the end of the month. She's already in the group, but she's like, it's so overwhelming. And I mean, because we have like 70 people between the two coaches in the group. Not all 70 post, probably 20 people regularly post. It's overwhelming to somebody new who's still trying to figure out a shake, and you can only post in the group so many times, hey guys, shake share your favorite recipe, you know, for the new people. How I do my groups is different. I don't make them wait. Before, you know, it used to be like, okay, you start the group on the first Monday of the month, it goes for 21 days or 30 days, whatever you do. What I found is once we went to Beachbody on Demand, they had access immediately. And I felt like it was rude and not responsible of me to put them in the group immediately because they had access to those workouts. But yet we're telling them we're going to give them support, but we're telling them they have to wait 2 weeks to get into a group. If somebody told me that, I'd already figured it out on my own and be like, screw you, I don't need your group. So I immediately put them in the group and announce them as a new challenger. Recognition is one of your vital behaviors. It takes 2 seconds on Canva. I have a new challenger thing. All I do is pop in their picture, their profile picture from Facebook. Like literally 2 seconds, and say to the group, hey guys, welcome new challenger Catherine to the group. This is where you're going to find all your love and support, post your sweaty selfies, your Shakeology, whatever. That also keeps the group welcoming them, and they're getting welcomed as they come in, so they feel special. And it's that whole recognition and feeling special that it's amazing. They're like, wow, this is the best thing ever. Like 20 people said welcome, you know, like that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that love and support. So how we do our groups is I never really shut my group down. I changed the banner, and sometimes we completely shut down and add into a whole new group. But I try to do them 3 months at a time, only every 3 months at a time. So like we're getting ready to start a fit group. It'll be November, December, and January. So any of those people coming in during that time are going to get added into that holiday fit group. And then we'll change the theme, 3 months for the next 3 months. But it saves a lot of work on you, because every time you're having to reload everything into the files, and if you're not putting stuff in the file section and not teaching them about files, then you're doing them a disservice too. You have all this in the back office. Like literally lots of times I'll just go pull the schedules, and I'll have it listed as a file saying schedules, and then they can go to the 21-day fix and see the schedule. They can, and I mean, now that we have on demand and they can pull it on their phone, it's a lot easier. But before, they thought that was amazing that they could go to their group and their schedule was there. They didn't have to carry that piece of paper or whatever. It's little things, add value that cost nothing to you. Few seconds of your time. Put the meal plan in for each group. If you don't have a Shakeology file of recipes, start one. Because just because the way you like it doesn't mean that's how somebody else in the group likes it. My stepsister loves it with just plain water. Shakes it, drinks it. I'm like, oh, no. I can't do that. So some people are chocolate freaks. Some people are vanilla freaks. Give them recipes for both, but make a Shakeology file. Something simple as a sugar detox that you can pull off of the internet, 3-day sugar detox. I put that in the file. They think that's the greatest thing. But then go to the file and there's a sugar. Just Googled it. Like, it's nothing, but it's value to them. So you can do little things for value that will help them. And I'm trying to hurry. Self-improvement. This is the biggest one. If you are not doing personal development, you will not grow, your group will not grow, your team will not grow. I would have told you I don't need personal development. personal development. No, I needed it way more than I ever could have imagined. I look at things totally different now. Um, when people are on a negative rampage, it's like, bless their soul, you know? I mean, we were talking about this at work, like, why don't they post in the news the positive stuff, the stuff going right? People are surrounded by negativity that they don't even realize. And you have to be that light. And if you're not feeding you, how can you feed your customers? How can you, if you're grumpy and tired all the time, then it's going to come across in your group. They're not going to, how do you start your day? Do you guys do personal development every day? I'm probably a good 3 to 7 hours a day personal development. When I'm driving in the car, when I'm in the shower, when I'm cleaning the house, I put that stuff on. And it doesn't have to be a personal development book. It can be a training call. That's part of personal development. It can be a YouTube video, a motivational YouTube video. Lots of times I'll play those while I'm working out because I already know the routine. I know what they're going to say. I've heard the jokes that they say I could recite some of the workouts. But if you have that in the background, what you're putting in up here is what's going to come out. If you're feeding this full of trash and junk, how do you expect to be a positive growing person when you can't? You just can't. A new routine that I'm going to start is Lindsay just took a group to Brendan Burchard, who we had at Summit. If you guys went to Summit, he has a new book out, highly successful habits or whatever it is. I'll have to look. But if you order it off of Amazon, his newest book, then there's a link and you can go and put your order number in the code, and you get all kinds of free stuff, and you get the book digital, where it's not digital on Amazon. But if you buy it on Amazon, then you have that confirmation number, and he gives you the book and him speaking. And he really talks about, we've heard it a million times. I mean, I've heard it a million times. Journal in the morning, whatever, start your day with gratitude. I mean, I do start my day with gratitude. Lots of times I listen to a 1 or 2 minute mind motivation thing in the morning. But what I'm going to implement is writing what you want done for the day. Like he's like, that is the biggest key. If you're not clear, focused, and thinking on what you want done for the day, then it's just mundane and you're just going through the task and, I wanted to get that done, but gosh, I had to take the kids here and I had to do this and I had to work late and I was there 14 hours and I was only home for 5, No, but if you write a list and then you build in time in your calendar for the end of the day for what didn't get done, you're going to be more productive. So that's something I'm going to try.
Rachel, I have a question if you don't mind.
Yeah.
On average, how much time do you spend like working your business a day, would you say? And personal development aside, because I know that's like in between times. What time do you spend like at work on your computer, whether it's adding value, posts for content for your page, or posts in your groups or inviting? How much do you spend on average?
So I work solely off my phone because being a nurse, I don't have access to my computer. The only time I even get on my computer is for a team call. Everything I do is off my phone. So if I have 5 minutes here or there, that's a message I send. That's, I have list on my phone. If you don't know how to do Facebook list, I highly suggest it, especially if you're doing the funnel. So like I have a master funnel list, and then I have each month the new people that I've added in as friends, they get labeled like July funnel, August funnel, September funnel. And so can quickly go to the July people, scroll through, takes me a few seconds, add value. Oh, what a cutie. She's so adorable. People love for you to love on their kids, what a cute dog. I'm a dog mom too. Love my dogs too. Literally just takes seconds, and I have to work in pockets of time. So I get up at like 1:30. I will usually make a post before I leave to go get my daughter. Like, I have set times. I know that sometimes I'll try to make a post when I get home in the morning. Sometimes I'm so tired I'm falling asleep during that post. Like today, I just had to do a post about my dog because there was no creative juice going after losing my patient last night. But then I woke up and I made a nice creative post before I went to get my daughter. So you just have to, like, if you don't have an hour of time, you have to do the pockets. And we call them the mom cracks, the pockets of time. I will take, you're getting notifications all day long in the group. If I'm home that day, sometimes I'll check in the group several times. But if not, I go in like in the morning and I go in and catch up at night. And then I'll respond to everybody in the challenge group, comment on their post. But you have to be productive and focused on when you're getting on here, because otherwise you're going to spend hours and not move your business forward for the day. And you're going to feel like you didn't even connect with anybody. You're not going to feel good about the day. So I'm very specific about when I get on. If I'm getting on to check the challenge group, then I'm getting on to check the challenge group. If I'm getting on to make a post, I'm getting on to make a post. Do you guys do power hours? Have you done like live power hours to help your people?
I don't think we haven't done one as a team. I love that idea. I just haven't implemented it yet. But I would love to do that,
Yeah, so I started that about 4 months ago. I would go on and do one live power hour and like literally walk them through the steps. And then we have, I have a coach messenger chat group going. So lots of times somebody will post in there, anybody want a power hour together? So that's another way to build that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. And I'm in with them, several other coaches. I'm in a coach group, and they'll do the same thing. Hey, anybody want to hop on and power hour with me? And so one person will be the timer and one person will be the thing that says, okay, 5 minutes, invite, friend request, like have it set. Like we have it set, like exactly how much time for each thing. And sometimes like, if it's coaches, that like we're all coaches, we'll be like, let's skip the step of checking in with our challengers because we already know we're checking in with our challengers. Let's add that 5 minutes onto inviting. So sometimes we'll take the 10 minutes for inviting and make it 15. So you should have like friend requesting, then what we call hey girl messages that mean nothing to do with Beachbody. Do not bring up Beachbody at all. That's when you're just commenting on someone's post, saw your kid, wow, your vacation looked beautiful, whatever. And then you have your inviting time, you have your follow-up, check in with your challengers, check in with your back office. And then the last step that we have for 10 minutes, which I try to do this every day. I try to set a 10-minute timer, and I will think of what I want to post for the next day. So I don't have the picture to go with it yet, but I'm going to take 10 minutes and type out maybe what I learned from personal development today. Like today, my post was totally Brendan. That was Brendan Burchard all the way. That wasn't me. That was what I learned from him, and I turned it around and put my picture on it and posted it. But if you my notes section on my phone, which I don't know if you guys can see this, but so I have.
So do you use just the notes section on your phone, or do you actually have an app for the lists that you make?
No. So I just make different columns here. So this one is exercise. And then when I make a post about exercise, I've typed it out. So also I know I can go back and take a section of something that I posted before, maybe take a paragraph out of that, add and make a new one. Work smarter, not harder. Keep your stuff so that you're not constantly trying to create. If I see that I haven't used that in a year, nobody's going to remember last year that I posted that about exercise. So I may just pull that up, put my sweaty selfie on it, and go. Like, you have to find those ways, especially with working full time, that you make it easier on you. I have clean eating ones. I have Shakeology. I have coaching. Yeah.
And honestly, if you have a job, like if you do something that like Rachel and I know, because the ones that are on here right now aren't nurses, but some of us have jobs that drain us. And, you know, if you have a job that really drains you, it is so great to have like that arsenal of some backup posts. If you're like, you know what, I am so done. Like, Rachel, like I had like the same week you did. Like, I sent a patient out who like had a grand mal seizure, and like I had nothing. Like last night I was like, I have nothing to give anybody. You know, and when you're drained, it's so nice to have those saved posts from when you were feeling inspired, so that you can then take that time and go and re-inspire yourself and read a book, listen to something that's going to get you fill that cup up again. Cause yeah, we've got jobs that drain us, you know?
Yeah. And whether you're a stay-at-home mom or not too, the kids could have drained you from the day. And
that's totally a job that can drain you.
Ketchup. They got more ketchup than I did. I didn't get enough sweet and sour, whatever.
Yeah, that's totally a job that can drain you too. All of it, you know?
Yeah. So if you have like, like I showed, I literally have, I have post on fear. I have post on Mondays when you do your Motivation Mondays. I have a whole section of Motivation Mondays that as I post, I copy paste in here, or I create it in here. And so you also got to realize that Facebook algorithms are constantly changing. So the long posts have gone away. People don't want to read I don't read somebody else's long post. If it's long, if it's more than 3 or 4 paragraphs, and don't put one big paragraph. If you go and look on my page, you'll see that I sometimes do 1 sentence space, 1 sentence space. It may only be 4 sentences, but it's spaced out. It's very clean. They can read it quickly, and they don't feel like it was a long post. So now what I've been doing is, because gosh, I have some, like, you can see, well, that's not even a long one, but you know how like you have long posts that go. So now I may only take this little bitty section and make a post, because nobody wants to read all that. The shorter and the more simple you can make your post, the better and more effective, because that's how Facebook has changed. People don't want to read. And that's where people will make like this amazing post, but it's so long. Even like some of our top coaches, I won't read all the way. I'll scroll to the bottom and see what they're saying. So, yeah, that's a big time saver. And then 10 minutes a day. On Sundays, I will try to block out. I'm off every Sunday. So sometimes I'll try to block out an hour on a Sunday night and make nothing but post for the week. So then I know that I have 5 Shakeology posts, or I have 5 exercise posts. So when I do my workout, I slap a picture on there. It's done. It literally took, because I used to sit in the bathroom after I've worked out, try to think of something. It would take me 30, 40 minutes just to think of a post. I'm not a quick writer. I have to think about it. So having all that on my phone, doing everything in the mom cracks, on my nights off, like I said, I'm in the groups with other coaches, which I highly suggest, like you guys do, like messenger groups yourself, and say, hey, like there's one girl I know that every Sunday night we're going to do a power hour together. Sometime that night, she's going to say, are you ready to power hour? And it's nice having that other person. You don't feel alone, and you don't feel like, you know, and like I said, one person's the timer, one person's posting what the next step is. You whip it through. Then you have that conversation of, hey girl, how do you feel? How did your messages go? You know, and you have that accountability that helps you as a coach, because if you don't have a success partner, that's another big thing. And I can say this because I'm probably on my like 5th or 6th success partner. I mean, people get out of the business. People don't have the same goals as you. People move at a different time, like the one that I run the group with. We originally started as success partners, but her goals and my goals are different. She doesn't have to work. She's a stay-at-home mom with a brand new car, with a nice house. Her husband makes a nice living. So she doesn't care about the same things I do. I want to get home from the hospital. I have specific things I want to get done. So it's okay if your success partners change over time. That's fine too. And in fact, I've got to where I won't even lock myself down with one person. I'll say, like, if I get a request for a success partner, I'll be like, hey, I am totally fine with doing a group chat with you and having accountability. Like I told one of the bombshell coaches that today that sent me a message about, do you have a success partner? Yeah, I have several. I totally don't mind starting a group chat with you and being accountable throughout the week. Where are you at? How's it going? How's your week looking? Because that really does help. You don't feel like you're out there alone, just with your challengers. You're getting things from other coaches. So that's what I highly suggest. This last big success group that we started, there was 5 of us. We're down to 2 in the last 6 months. So things are going to change. And that's why I say don't lock yourself into one person, because especially these other companies that are enticing upfront stuff are pulling people away. But remember, they'll come back. It's a quick fix. They're going to come back like mine did and then buy from you. So yeah, pockets of time, definitely. At work, if I have a chance and it's in the middle of the night and my patient's stable and I have a chance when I'm done charting, I may send out a message or 2 in the middle of the night. There's a thing that I watched a call with Christy, Coach Christy, if you guys know who she is. She said that the algorithms find that it's better to send messages like Monday through Wednesday, and then again on Saturday and Sunday, instant message people. But if you instant message people on Thursdays and Fridays, they're less likely to read it or return it because everybody is so busy for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday going into Saturday. But if they then sit down on Sunday, if you're messaging, I don't know if you guys realize, my posts don't get a lot of traction on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Sunday night, we know will, but Friday and Saturday, you can make a great post. Don't make a great post and save it for Friday and Saturday. That's a waste of time. Monday, Wednesday, yes. Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. If you're trying to rely on post alone and not invites, because that's just the way it is. Everybody's busy on the weekend. If they do get on and scroll for a second, they're not checking. But also, if I used to worry about sending messages in the middle of the night, but she said that actually when they wake up and they have a message, then they're like, oh, so message to me. And also, she sends out mass messages, like 30 or 40 a night. And that way she's like, no deal, because I like to see how many people respond out of the 40. He's like, I make a game out of it. Like how many can actually respond. If you're in the bombshell, Veronica is killing it. She's passing Bonnie lots of weeks on points. And so I asked what she is doing, because one of the girls that I'm in a coach group with went to the convention with her, and she said literally she's talking to 50 to 100 people a day. So if you want those points, if you want to grow, you have to message people. And so I just do it in pockets of time. I have set pocket of time and set a timer. There's actually an app, if you're going to do a power hour, that will ding. You set it up the way you want to set up your power hour, and it'll ding. It'll tell you stop that, now start this, and it'll automatically start a timer for whatever you've set it. If you need that, I have turned my notifications off, especially in the challenge group, because every time I see a notification, I felt like I had to go in and respond to that challenger, even if it was just their shake post, like clicking like. Well, now I go in at set times. So you have to do things to save you time. Create those posts, set timers, turn off notifications. And if you think that the big coaches don't do that, trust me, I can message Lindsay and sometimes she'll message me back. Sometimes it's 3 days. Like, it's when she has that pocket of time to go back to do that stuff. So just be focused. That's the biggest thing. Focus on the task that you're doing. Focus on, okay, am I getting on to create a post? Am I, and try to be consistent. And I used to say 3 to 5 posts a day, but now the algorithms show that that's not good. 2, 3 tops, and make them quality posts and not just, oh, here's a flower. Oh, here's, like, try to make them just true quality posts. And they'll say that that also brings your following back because they want to see, they're not just flooded with, so they want to see what you're posting. And I've noticed that, like, so for the last 3 months, I've been trying to do no more than 3 posts a day. Some days it just happens, like being at the retreat or something. But it's true. Like, if you just leave that post there, you'll see all throughout the day who purposely went to your page to like that post, because obviously you posted it 5 hours ago and you haven't posted anything since. Sometimes I'll post something before work and I won't post again till the next day, and I'll see how many people went back through. If you say you don't have anybody to talk to, are you thanking people for liking your post? Have you gone back and thanked them and said, hey, thank you for liking my post, and if you ever want to join us, we're here for you. That's a simple invite. That's not scary. That's not salesy. It's complimenting them, thanking them, loving them, letting them know you're there. Have you ever considered, that's the biggest thing, have you ever considered joining us? Don't do this big salesy thing like, hey, thank you for all your love and support. You've been a great, like, I have a couple people that support me totally, always liking and commenting on my posts. They're not ready yet, but I sent them that message, on a post one time, hey, thank you. And they're like, girl, I will love on your post all the time. That's okay, because them loving on your post is just going to bring more people in. So, don't, like, one of them, she's an instructor for curves. She's not going to do Beachbody, but she constantly comments on my stuff. So that's okay. Do that. Birthday messages, you guys, don't post on their page happy birthday from your Facebook. Send them an instant message. That's like an invite, almost like that's a conversation going right then and there, and not just happy birthday, like, hey, I usually wait till like the end of the day or even the next day, and I say, hey, happy birthday. I hope you got to do something fun. And then they'll respond back, yeah, my husband took me here and there. Well, now you have that conversation going. It was a simple happy birthday. I hope you did something fun. Or what did you do for your birthday? And then this conversation is going. It was nothing about Beachbody. It was a simple conversation. And because everybody's going to post happy birthday on their page. But sometimes I'll even leave them like just a quick second voice. I'm trying to do more voice messages and I'll say the same thing, like, happy birthday. I hope you got to do something really great and fun. And they hear your voice and they'll be like, oh, wow, thank you for that message. Like, they'll be like, thank you for messaging me, so it's so much more personable, and it's something that's going to pop up on your Facebook already. It's going to tell you your friends' birthdays. It's no 2 seconds. I do birthdays every day. That's another pocket of time I do. I sit down, however many birthdays, I leave my birthday messages, bam, and I walk away. So you can do it even if you're busy. You can find pockets of time here and there, cracks of time, whatever you want to call it, and do it. Sometimes I'll even go to the bathroom at work and message someone back that's messaged me, like you can just find ways to do it. You don't have to.
Done that. I've totally
yes. Yes, like, because you can't message them out at the nurse's station or in the patient's room. So go to the bathroom and hurry and message them back. Again, if you have time, message them back right then if you have time. But it's not always good to respond immediately when they send you a message, especially if you're doing something else, because you're not providing them your attention. And so therefore, the conversation may seem rushed or not like truthful or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like it may come across salesy just because, oh my God, they messaged me. I have to message them back. And I was that way in the beginning. I was like, oh, someone messaged me. I didn't care. I was at dinner with my family. I was like, no. My husband would be like, seriously, we're at dinner. Like, so now I will wait and message them. And I did like a post on this, like Brandon talks about this. When you go from one activity to another, you need a second of release, clear your head. Because if say you're working out and then someone messages you and you try to message them back, you're not focused on that message. So, or if you're doing an email and then you go into a post and then you go into a message, like give yourself 15 seconds. Just say, I need this 15 seconds to clear my head so that when I come across the right way. Because I've lost people that way. And you think you're doing a good thing by messaging them back really quick. You're not. You have to be focused on ready to and think and anticipate. That's just the nurse in us. We plan for B, C, and D. Anticipate, what are they going to say? So if you hurry and message them back and they say, well, tell me about the group. Well, you don't have time to tell them about the group because you're driving. You've done a disservice because now you've messaged them and then now you're driving and now they're like, well, I guess you don't want to tell me about the group, So think about that, like, and do it when, sit down and then bam, do it and then be done and walk away. But release that. Don't go from one task to another. Multitasking is kind of going out the window. Like we used to say, people who could multitask could do everything, but it's not quality. Make sure everything is quality. That's quality over quantity. Same way like with the post. Make a quality post. Even if you only made one quality post a day, that is better than 3 silly, stupid posts or sharing a video or something just to have a post on your page.
That's your theme the whole time, is just always adding value and quality value. I haven't heard you say, I send 150 messages a day and who cares if 10 send me, respond. It's not mass. It's simply, it's really easy. All little pockets, no grand gesture. I'm going to spend 8 hours today and do nothing but inviting. No grand.
I don't have that time.
Yeah, no crazy gestures, just small, consistently. See, and look at you. How many months are you in Success Club? I don't even remember. 14 or,
14.
And then
I lost it
before that, 11 months?
11 months before that. And the only reason I lost it is I trusted a girl that was supposed to buy, and she bought after midnight. So like it went so it knocked me out at 11 months. And I was like, oh my God. So it had to start all over, or I would be a legend of over 24 months.
Yeah.
But so I've learned, that's another thing, guys. If they tell you that they're going to buy, I had a girl that's supposed to buy today. I don't know. She hasn't messaged me back today. Don't count on that. Keep going. I can't tell you how many people tell me they're going to buy, then nothing. Crickets, cold, happens to all of us. It doesn't just happen to you. Keep going. Don't count on anybody. Don't count it till it's done. If it didn't happen, keep going. You're at 0. In your mind, you're at 0. I don't care. I mean, because that happened to me last month with this retreat. We had to hit so many Success Club points to get to go to Lindsay's retreat. And I thought I had, there was 3 different levels that you could win. I thought I had tier 1 in the bag. I had the links out. thought I had it in the bag. I missed it by 2 sales because I slowed down that momentum because these people said they were going to buy. They were going to buy on Friday when they got paid.
They promised.
Right. So now I don't count it until it's actually there.
Yeah.
And I don't send links until they tell me they're ready. Don't just send links out. That's salesy. Like, don't do that and even if they say what's the price, don't send them a link. Send them a description of what the price is, and be sure that you're telling them like all access is amazing. So, but it can get very wordy, or it's just make sure you're bullet point telling them so that it's not so wordy and you're not losing them. And it's just like, this is the most extreme value ever. And the whole, can I get you on the phone? Like, I know people say that. And like before I never got people on the phone, but like now people are like really wanting to be on the phone. Like they're wanting to hear your voice, hear your excitement. They want to ask you those questions that aren't long, instant messages. Okay, so you get all these 600 workouts, you get the containers, you get the live cooking shit. Like my message can be like this if I'm trying to explain
all of it.
Access. Yeah. And so I really try to say it's the best value, or I voice record it because I can voice record it in less than a minute and it doesn't seem like it's a long, wordy, instant message. So I found that really helps. The more I can, don't voice record from the beginning though, because people like, that's weird. Like they won't, like it doesn't, like the first few messages have to be, going back and forth. And then when they say, tell me about, oh my gosh, girl. And, I'll be like, oh, sorry, I'm not at home. So let me tell you about this. And, and I started off like that. Well, then they don't worry about, you sent them a voice message because you said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not at home, but or whatever. You can just do it however. And no scripts, guys. Like make it personable, use their name, and ask questions. I never just say, so when I message someone, have you ever considered doing a challenge group? And they say yes. I don't say, oh, great. Okay, here's the link and here's how to buy. No. Tell me why, like, what is your biggest struggle? How is your nutrition? Are you following any exercise? When they feel like you're invested in them and you wanted to know what their nutrition was, what their exercise plan was, then that conversation is going. It's easy. It's easy because, oh, wow, she cares about what have I been doing? What is my struggles? She didn't just send me a link and said, this is how to get in the challenge group. So I ask questions. Sometimes to the point they're like, okay, just tell me what, but that's what you want. You want to build them up to that. Okay, I'm ready. Give me the link. So, and those pockets of questions can be quick. You can do that in a second. Tell me about your exercise. And then later on the day, check it. What did they say about their exercise? What did they say about their nutrition? What was their biggest struggle?
I'm always curious what people have done. I'm always curious what they've done, what's worked, what hasn't.
Right, exactly. And that makes them feel loved and supported. And it is the community. I'm telling you, it's not the products. They can get that online. And if they're self-motivated people, that's not the people that you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting the people who are not self-motivated and need you. So make them feel special. And even if they don't buy from me, I don't just in the conversation be like, okay, I still comment on their thing, every once a week or something, go through and like something just so they know. Lots of times the happy birthday messages have got me sales from having a conversation before and then it stopped and they didn't order. And then they saw that I wished them happy birthday, even though they never ordered from me. And then they'll usually wait a few days and then they'll be like, hey girl, tell me about this again, And so plus it brings it back up in instant messenger. So they see that old message or they just got birthday money. So
Mm.
Now they may want to buy. So those birthday instant messages are key. Anniversaries. When someone makes a post, you know that they're having their anniversary. I may say happy anniversary on there, but I'm going to go, you can bet I am going to go on and give them an instant message of, oh my gosh, girl, 24 years. That is so amazing. Happy anniversary, because that now they're seeing my feed, they're seeing my stuff again. So those are just the key things that I do to try to save time. Again, don't follow too many people. Get a lot of the Beachbody coaches out of your, especially with so many leaving and doing other things. It can get very murky. Be very focused on what you control this, just like you control what you put in here. So focus this on to the people that you want to help, who are in your funnel, who you're trying to talk to, and let everything else go. If you don't like the funnel system, I'm actually going to try a new system. It's the 5-section notebook. Have you tried that one?
Mm-mm. No.
So, because I feel like the funnel, because I do add so many people a day, like I think I've added 50 people. Facebook told me I added 50 people in 5 days. So I've added at least an average of 10 people a day. Well, for the funnel, that gets too crazy of trying to track them out. But the 5-section is, so the very first section of your notebook is your goals. It should be your weekly, your daily, your weekly, and your 30-day goals. And if you're not writing a daily goal and then checking yourself at the end of the day, did I meet that goal? Even if that goal was to just check in with 2 personal messages to 2 challengers. Like, did you meet that goal? Did you send 2 of your people a personal message that said, I just want you to know I'm so proud of you. I know it's a struggle. You're doing great. Is there anything I can help you with? That makes them want to stay in the group, because you've taken time to send them a short message, not just commenting in the group on their thing. Like one of my best coaches, challengers, whatever, she's lost over 60 something pounds. And there was many times, and she's a night shift nurse with me. There was many times I would just say, girl, you're killing it. I just want you to know you're killing it. Love you. You're killing it. That was the only message I sent her, but that kept her going. So don't think those 2 seconds, 3 seconds of time of, hey man, I'm here for you. Do you have any questions? That kind of thing. And recognition. Like, I shout her out all the time. I shout her out in the group. I shout her out in the team page. I shout her out, wherever. And she's one that thrives on, different people thrive on different things. I have one that loves gifts, and I have one that loves recognition. So I try to really play upon what their love language is.
You are so good at adding value. I have taken pages of notes of everything.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for adding value to our team.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah. And if you need anything, just message me, and I'll get back with you in the crack of time. I can answer it back.
Thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate it. I know you're busy, and this is one of her only Thursday nights off that that she gets from her job. So I appreciate you.
Oh, no problem. Anytime. And if there's anything like you think of, come up with your coaches or whatever, just message me.
Thank you.
And sorry, I couldn't see the chat. I don't know what question was in there.
Oh, I think someone asked just the list. What if you used an app, but you said that you used on the iPhone, like the lists or the notes app. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't use any, just notebooks.
Yeah. It goes to show you can be successful without anything fancy.
Yeah, no. And I don't pay for, like, I'm big about free apps.
Yeah.
I don't do the, I've been debating even Teamsy, because I'm such on the go. Like
I
I
have
can take my
Teamsy.
little notebook with me.
Yeah, I
And
have Teamsy. I like it.
do you
But
do you like the phone?
I also love pen and paper. I take notes on pen and paper. I also have lists on my phone. So because I make a list of the people that when I get home I add. You can also just go onto Safari whatever on your phone and add them to Teamsy, but instead I just write it down and then I type, you know, stuff into Teamsy later.
Yeah. So
So
but yeah,
that's
that's
like a
how
whole
I
other
started.
call. Tracking is like a whole other call.
Oh heck yeah. And I can't do streak. I tried streak. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's
Did you?
everybody's got their different things. But
Yeah.
um but
Yeah.
Rachel, thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you so much, and I know that our team does too. You are phenomenal.
Oh,
And honestly, I took pages of notes. I'm so excited to reread them and rewrite them.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
So it's just simple steps. There's really no.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Thanks.